Hey, this is Ben Hearn, and I'm going to be giving you a market stat report for Philadelphia, July of 2022. If you've been paying attention to real estate, then you know that it's been super tight for the last couple years. Well, guess what? Surprise! We have finally seen an increase in inventory since 2015. For the first time in 7 years, there's been an increase in inventory. So the higher mortgage rates and the economic uncertainties have played a part. Also, in the summer, buyer activity slows down anyway. People are going on vacation. Moving is not quite a priority. And the decline of the number of home sales, like I said, has been the first year-over-year increase since the spring of 2015. At the end of this July, there were 1,700 more listings than there were at the end of last July. This has made an increase in months' supply of inventory as well, and it has also increased the days on market. So homes now are lasting a little longer because there's more of them and there's less buyer demand. And with the demand easing and supply expanding, the pace of home price growth has moderated. So in Philly, the median sale price was $350K. That's up 7.5% from last July. That's still strong price growth and appreciation, but it's not like the double digits that we've been seeing for the past couple of years. That actually was unsustainable, so it had to stop anyway. So it looks like that's finally curbed. And again, we've seen 3 months now in a row, supply of inventory has increased, which is a good sign for buyers. But it's also okay for sellers because you're not depreciating. You're still getting more than you were a year ago. And buyer activity has definitely slowed in the summer. I'll get into the stats in a bit, but there are not as many showings going on, which again leads to more days on market. There's been more price drops as well because there's not as many people. The mortgage rates have gone up, and it all kind of affects each other. All right, now let's get into the stats. And now for the cold hard facts, here are the stats from Philly July 2022 compared to July 2021. So the amount of closed sales were down 20%. There were 7,216 closed sales. The median sales price, again, $350K, that's actually up 7.5%. The median days on market is at 9, that's plus 1 day. So last year the median days on market were 8. And if we did the average days on market, that would be up a lot higher. Even though it's only 1 day median, that's actually a big difference. So homes are sitting longer than they were compared to a year ago. The new pending sales are down 18%, so 7,215 pending sales. There's just not as many homes going under contract. Why? Because there's not as many buyers seeing those homes. The new listings are at 9,096, and that's down 1.8%. So that's not such a negative, strongly decreased amount that compared to the other things. It's pretty much similar amount of inventory, maybe minus 2%, but there's just not as much buyer activity. The active listings are up 17%, so there's over 11,000 active listings. Again, it goes hand in hand with longer days on market, with less buyer activity, with less pending sales. All those ones are now staying on the market a little longer. And the showings are down 24%. So that means that compared to last July, there are 24% less buyers seeing homes. So what does this all mean? Well, in the Philadelphia housing market, home sales activity is cooling, largely mirroring national trends, not quite as bad as some areas. During the pandemic, home prices rose more quickly than in some other mid-Atlantic markets, and prices remain firmer as the market adjusts. Expect inventory to continue to expand over the coming months, which will lead to a slowdown in price growth. Home sales will continue to be slower than they were a year ago, with stronger sales in some suburban markets and more cooling in the city. And that's it. That is the market stat report for July. I will see you next month and have a great rest of your summer.